Hi folks, welcome to Saving Miller. I think we have to talk about the orchard. So we had a lot of videos in January and February about this orchard. Well, 2020 has not been the year we planned for, and probably not the year you planned for either. So I'm going to blame this on the coronavirus, which might be a stretch, but it is actually one of the big reasons. So the GoFundMe raised enough money for 15 trees, so we only have half of them right now, and we decided to push the other half of those 15, 7 more, kind of to the fall, but I think we're going to plant some pomegranates pretty soon. So really what happened is that the shutdown happened, and we had an opportunity to build a bunch of garden beds. If you follow us on Instagram, you saw some of those. So I built a whole bunch of them this spring and sold them for other people's gardens. However, that meant that the orchard got almost no attention. On the other hand, we were also waiting for the ground cover to grow. And so we got a poultry pasture seed that we planted in here. And some of the seeds didn't grow at all. There were some legumes in there that didn't even show up. But the clover and the alfalfa did, and it grew fairly well, but it grew very slowly. So now we finally have a pretty good cover of alfalfa here. The bare spots are actually low spots, and that's where the water would sit when we would irrigate, and it would actually burn the little plants and stunt them or kill them. So we do have those bare spots. However, the Bermuda grass is coming in here and really filling in some of those spots, and I think overall it's going to be good. It'll fill in the places where we don't have clover, help cover the ground, and keep it cooler for the trees. So even though we've been delayed by 6 months, I think overall it's been a good thing. We've mowed this pasture several times, or the orchard area here, and the clover is quite healthy. I mean, this alfalfa here is growing very nicely, and so we want this to be a place eventually where we can just turn the chickens and ducks in here, and they'll graze through this stuff. The flowers will attract bees that the trees need as well. So today we're going to plant a tree for Sally, and we're going to plant another one. These are both green gage plum trees, and we thought long and hard about what we want to plant right up here in the front. These can grow fairly large, but we think we're going to be able to keep them to a manageable height. And these plums should mature around the June time frame, I believe. So hopefully next year we'll be able to walk right out here and have some fresh plums to eat. So this is great. This actually is going to be the first tree in the orchard. So finally we get started here. We planted the other trees around the house, and that was intentional. We wanted them there, and we wanted to get those going, but we also had water there already. So what we're going to have to do here is water these by hand, at least until I can get some the drip system set up. We've got a lot of the underground work done, and so it's actually really close. We might be able to get to it today. We'll see. So let's get started. Okay, we spared you the fun details of digging the hole. We had these holes here for a little while, just to let the soil moisten deep down there and to kind of condition. We put wood chips and stuff in. And since we have problems with gophers, we actually put this cage down there. So it's going to take a while before these roots get out there very far, but hopefully this cage will protect the root ball from the gophers. We're trying to get rid of the gophers separately, but it's quite a challenge. And so we're taking this measure so that hopefully we can keep this tree alive. So pretty small tree. We dug a pretty big hole. We gotta start with getting some dirt back in the hole. Get it up high enough. Okay, for Sally, here's the first plum tree. I'm pretty excited about these. These are green gage plums, and they're different. They're unique. Everybody has the.
Can I put it down first?
Everyone has the Santa Roses.
Come on.
I think I got it. Want to check it?
Are you going to get one here?
No, we're actually going to take it out of the pot. It's time for the tree to go in the ground. See, it has a label already.
Hey, you cut!
Yep.
You cut the label! Look at it.
Okay, so we're putting soil in here, but we're also putting in just a little bit of steer manure that's nice and dry, and so that'll break down and help feed the tree. And then we've got quite a bit of wood chips all mixed in with the soil. Okay, we've got the 2 plum trees planted. So hopefully the wire cage will keep the gophers from coming in and eating the root ball. And we've got this here because there are a few cottontail rabbits that come around. And so hopefully that'll keep them from gnawing the bark. We'll keep a close eye on that. If we see them coming in, we're gonna have to take action. But they do come out here and they graze on this clover. They really like it. So we're pretty excited about this, having 2 nice little plum trees here. And this is the start of the orchard. And hopefully we'll be able to progress pretty quickly soon. Now, if you'll notice, these are the wood chips that I've been making over at the neighbors, from the neighbors' trees, and they've been sitting here all summer, so they've gotten nice and hot. They're breaking down, and there's quite a bit of wood chips in here, so this should feed these trees really well. And then over time we'll add wood chips and compost and things like that on top here as it breaks down, and that's how you plant a sustainable tree. So, in spite of all the delays, we're making progress. If you do still want to sponsor a tree, I'll put the link in the description down below. Please do that if you would like. We still have commitments for a few trees, so we're going to get those planted here pretty soon. And my big problem is still pecan trees. So for those of you who ask for a pecan tree, I gotta find it. I found one place that sells pecan trees, and they want $100 for a bare root tree. So I am still searching for those. So hopefully we'll be able to figure that out later this fall. So here you go. Sadie Miller out.